Welcome ladies and gentlemen to another Call of Duty Warzone video. In this video we're going to compare everyone's favourite, the M4A1, to the new AN94 that just released with Season 5. In this video we're going to take a deeper look into the stats of both of these guns and compare them, and then also how they play overall inside the game. And this way we can figure out which one is actually the best high damage weapon for Warzone. Before we get into the details, we know that many of you are not subscribed to the channel, so make sure you hit that subscribe button so we can achieve our goal of 3,000 subscribers very soon, and so you don't miss out on any important Season 5 content. So first, taking a look at the stats for both of these guns, we have the AN94 on the left and the M4A1 on the right, and you can see that they have very similar damage profiles. But the AN94 definitely does have a slight advantage there. Where the M4A1 lacks in damage, it definitely makes up with it with his rate of fire, firing almost 250 rounds more than the AN94. In terms of close range fights, the M4A1 definitely has the faster time to kill, but as it gets into longer distances, the AN94 definitely takes over with the better time to kill values. In terms of drop-off points, however, the M4A1 actually performs better with only 3 drop-off points, whereas the AN94 has 2, but once again, the time to kill values at the longer distances definitely favour the AN94. The slight ADS speed advantage does go to the AN94, and the difference in reload speeds is not enough to notice. The AN94 fires its first 2 shots with a rate of fire of over 1,000 rounds per minute, which is actually faster than that of the M4A1. So if you're only bursting the AN94, it actually fires much quicker. Selecting the semi-auto mode helps with your 2-round burst fire, and it also helps with your recoil control as well. This doesn't tell us everything, we need to also take a look at the recoil patterns as well, but before we do that we need to show you the attachment combinations we use to compare both of these guns. On this screen here we have what I believe to be the best AN94 class setup. This will reduce your recoil as much as possible whilst also giving you the maximum possible range. So we have the mono suppressor, the factory barrel, the hollow sight, the 60 round mags, and the commando foregrip. And for the M4A1 we have the following class setup. This is the most popular setup for the M4. We understand that you may not use exactly these attachments, but these were used to get the maximum possible range, and so that testing was fair when we compared both of the guns. So like I said, the main focus here is Warzone and how these guns perform at longer ranges. And of course, for multiplayer, the recommended class setup will be completely different. So taking a look at the recoil patterns now, on the very left we have the recoil with no attachments on both of the guns. Down the middle we have the recoil with the recommended attachments, and at the very right we try to control the recoil with the attachments as well. Most people try and control their recoil, and this was done on controller of course, and you could be getting better results than me in terms of the controlled recoil, but this could be a good average for most players. In terms of recoil, this is where both of these guns are actually very similar. At the very left you can see with no attachments, both have it upwards into the right recoil with a lot of horizontal bounce. And then using the longest barrel along with a commando foregrip helps straighten that out so much more. So if you look at the middle image, you can see that the recoil pattern for both of the guns is very much manageable. You can see that the AN94's recoil pattern is a lot straighter, and maybe that's because of the hollow sight. Some sights do tend to help with recoil control. Then trying to control both of the recoil patterns, you can see that the AN94 actually performs better than the M4A1. And again, this is because the recoil is very diagonally straight, so you know exactly where it's going to move, and that means you can easily compensate for this. Before we move on, the AN94 does kick after the first 2 shots of that burst fire. After taking a look at both the stats and the recoil pattern for both of these guns, it's very hard to choose which one is actually the best. The M4A1's been a great gun since the beginning of Warzone, and I've enjoyed pairing it with snipers as it works really well. However, having said that, I do believe the AN94 is going to be quite popular with a lot of people inside Warzone. It's not the best gun inside Warzone by any means, but it's definitely a very good option. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to drop a like on it as it helps us get recommended to more people. And also, if you're new here, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on your notifications so you don't miss out on any Season 5 videos. And thank you very much for watching.